From AfterDark World Headquarters. Good early morning, this is KD, your favorite correspondent, here for another groovy edition of your morning report. So, for Mr. and Ms. America, all ships at sea, all sods everywhere, good morning. Get your ass out of bed, have a cup of coffee. Let's talk for a few minutes. As a matter of fact, I'll read to you for a few minutes. Feel the love. It's a pencil trimmer, but it's still groovy. I like it. So, let's finish that Michael Crichton chapter about the girl who seduced everyone. Everyone ready? I hope you've been following along. I've been getting a lot of great comments from folks on this. Okay, so just to recap, he's smitten with this young lady who is, what's a nice way to say it, troubled. And so he files a report with the other doctors in the hospital, and he was trying to tell them that he thought that maybe she might make it, but they had other ideas. Mr. Crichton speaks, or I should say Dr. Crichton speaks first. As calmly as I could, I said something to that effect. The chief of service puffed on his pipe. The truth is, there's not much we can do for her. He paused. You've seen how she is. I nodded. You've seen how she relates. I nodded. So you are aware of the degree to which she in fact causes the unfortunate incidents in her life, and the likelihood that she will continue to cause them in the future. I nodded and realized she had seduced me, after all. Not physically, but I think he's speaking more metaphorically. The chief of service spread his hands. Well then, it's hard, but that's the way it is. She was cheerful, waiting for me in the conference room. Did you have the meeting? Yes. And what did they say about me? She was eager as a child. The chief resident will be talking to you. You tell me now, Karen, why didn't you tell me about the drug overdose? What drug overdose? The one last year when you were at college. It wasn't any big deal. I think it was. I figured you already knew about it. I thought when you called the college, they told you all about it. No, I said, I didn't call. Anyway, she said, shrugging it off, what did they say about me in the meeting? Well, I said, they think you need further therapy. They think it's very important that you get it. Will you be giving me my therapy? No. I'm afraid my 6 weeks are up. I'm going on to another rotation starting Monday. You are? She seemed shocked. Yes. Remember? I told you last week. I don't remember. Yes. Well, will I at least see you again? Probably not. I don't think so. So this is it? Tears welled in her eyes. Yes. Really? Yes. She stood up and looked at me with her steady eyes. The tears, if they had been there, were gone. Okay, goodbye, she said, and marched straight past me out of the room and slammed the door. I never saw her again. I never heard what happened to her. I never tried to find out. The girl who seduced everyone. A little different than you thought it might be. I'm enjoying Crichton so much, I think I might do another one where he goes to the London astrologers. I think that would be a real groovy thing to do. So we may very well continue with Travels by Michael Crichton. Some new material this morning. How to beat college tests. Multiple choice tests. The multiple choice test is unique because the teacher gives you only the questions, but all the right answers. You don't need to know the answer to a question. You only have to recognize it when you see it. This could be a task enough, of course. Nevertheless, in giving you a question, a correct answer, and a selection of incorrect answers, a teacher gives you a lot of information to work with. Multiple choice tests usually are given in large courses and courses offered every year or semester. Teachers consider them appropriate because grading tests in courses with many students is extremely time-consuming. I can testify to that. And multiple choice tests are easy to be graded. I can testify for that. The material of introductory courses is frequently presented in generalization and simple facts, which lend themselves to multiple choice testing. The fact that a course is given frequently, often there are required courses, helps the instructor justify the time he spends initially to write the test. Once he has written it, the teacher has a test that is easily graded and that he feels he can use whenever he teaches the course again. We may continue with this. I don't know. It's mildly interesting. It seems like when I was in college that they always said, if you don't know jack shit, just pick C for every answer and you'll come out ahead. I never tried that, but I knew some people who felt it did them some good. Of course, they were maniacs, so what do they know? I cannot seem to give it up yet. Adult joke book. This is on such a stupid low level that I always have to go to the hustler jokes to redeem myself. So let's start as the stupid low point of adult humor. The entire role. Girl, babe, I'm wet. Boy, need a paper towel? No, I need more than that. Boy, 2 paper towels? Girl, no, babe, I need something bigger and rounder. Boy, damn, the whole roll? My girlfriend caught me using the air dryer to blow my dick. When she asked to know what I was doing, warming your dinner was apparently not the proper answer. The last one is all I can take. Clogged the drain. My wife stepped out of the shower and announced, I just shaved my pussy. Do you know what that means? Hell yeah. The drain is fucking clogged again. It's almost funny. Almost funny. Let's get down for some hustler humor to clear out the bad karma of those ridiculous jokes. Okay. As chosen by Larry Flint, the Hustler Joke Book number 1. While staggering down the main street of town, a drunk somehow managed to make it up a flight of stairs into the cathedral. There he crashed from pew to pew, eventually working his way to a side aisle and into a confessional booth. A priest had been observing the man's sorry progress and figuring the fellow was in need of some assistance, entered his own side of the confessional. But the priest's attention was rewarded only by a lengthy silence. Finally, he asked, "May I help you, my son?" "I don't know," came the drunk's voice from behind the partition. "Got any shit paper on your side?" One more. What does an elephant use for a vibrator? An epileptic. These are very politically incorrect jokes. The Hustler Dictionary defines obscenity as anything a 70-year-old sod can't do anymore. I added the word sod. Anything a 70-year-old sod can't do. Hustler humor. And so now it's just me and Xavier. And as you can tell, we're winding this book up fairly quickly. A letter to the happy hooker from a soldier in Vietnam, stationed in Da Nang. Dear Ms. Hollander, it's hard to concentrate on anything here with all the noise, and I was surprised your book was so good. I'm sorry my writing is not better, so I could tell you just what a relief it is to read such a sassy book over here. But anyway, it's getting dark here and I'm in a bunker. I'm stationed outside Da Nang, and it's a nice place, but you can get killed because people tend to shoot at you now and then. The reason I am up in the middle of the night and have been for 36 hours straight is Charlie is raising hell. In the last week, the VC has taken over a dozen fire bases off the ARVN, that's the South Vietnamese Army, which isn't saying much for the ARVN. We are practically in North Vietnam, being only 75 miles from the border. We're the closest American unit in Vietnam. I just wanted to write and tell you that you've made the life of at least one GI a little happier with that zappy little book. Keep up the good work. Yours truly, San Francisco, California. I wish they had a book of just hate letters to her, because the hate letters are freaking hilarious. But it's time to get into adventures. You know it's that time, right? Consequential adventures. Remember, you should always be nice until it's time not to be nice. You should always be kind to animals. Always in your mind, remember, discipline equals freedom. And of course, never complain and never explain. So, to Mr. and Ms. America and all ships at sea, all sods everywhere, this is your favorite correspondent, KD, wishing you a wonderful day, winding up my morning report. I must get into adventures now. I suggest you do the same. Get your lazy ass out of bed. You don't have to fly. You don't have to leap. Crawl if you have to. Get a cup of coffee. And let's make shit happen. To all the new subscribers, thank you very much. I have big plans. So, I wish you all a wonderful day.